There once lived a man named Ed Gein, who would make lampshades out of human skin. He lived not far from our town today. I would like to tell you about the type of man that Ed Gein was, and the crimes that he committed. I have taken an interest in him after looking at the history and his upbringing. I'd like to educate you on who he was, based off of his upbringing, his crimes, and his sentence. Ed Gein had an abusive father. His mother made him believe that women were whores and prostitutes. He was never to see anybody. The only time he was allowed any sort of socialization was when he went to school. He was secluded from the outside world, and he was very often abused. Ed Gein had killed 2 women. Brunice Warden, November 16th of 1957. After they had suspected the killing of Bernice, they searched his house, and on the premises they found her corpse. They found the human skin lampshade, they found human skulls, and the head of Mary Hogan, who he later said that he killed as well. He was sentenced to a mental facility since he was unfit to stand trial. Several years later, once he saw fit to stand trial, he was found not guilty by reason of insanity. Ed Gein spent the rest of his life in a hospital. While he was in the hospital, he said, and I quote, "When I see a pretty girl walking down the street, I think of 2 things. One part of me wants to take her out and talk to her and be real nice and sweet and treat her right, while the other wonders what her head would look like on a stick." Ed Gein was a man who murdered people and kept his souvenirs. Though Ed Gein was only sentenced for the 2 murders, the police also had many other suspicions. Ed Gein no longer lives, but the story of him still goes on in the town of Plainsfield, Wisconsin.